I finally found something that I think is important, a little niche. I love podcasts, maybe you do too, but the ones I love to listen to, the health experts, they're often 3.5, 2.5 hours long. That's a long time to listen and a long time to retain a lot of information. So I'm listening and giving you the bullet points, the little sniglets or nutrition bites of information that you can take home. And if you like what you hear, of course, click on a link and I'll give you the name of the podcast episode and you can listen to the whole thing. So I thought that was a good idea. So I'm doing this on my YouTube channel and also my Insta. First up is Shawn Stevenson of the Model Health Show. His episode number 877, it's called How Food Shapes Your Body. He happened to have been a guest on The Genius Life, which is Max Lugavere's show, which is nice too. But so you're hearing kind of a little tease to go to Max Lugavere's show, and also you're listening to the Model Health Show by Shawn Stevenson. So he contends, and I agree with him, food is information. When it comes to the body, food is information. So what are you telling your body? If you're eating the UPF, ultra processed food, you're giving your body a lot of nothing. Okay, this is really a tragic situation. So much so that the CDC has found as of 2018 that on average 70% of Americans are eating ultra processed food with regularity. And that's telling our bodies there's a reason why we're having a problem with weight, we're having a problem with blood pressure, we're having a problem with blood sugar, all kinds of things here. It's because most of us are not tuning into eating whole foods. So this is tough. So you do get to choose, hopefully you're in a situation where you can pick. And that doesn't mean you can't have a fun treat every now and then, right? But it does mean make smart choices. So when we look at ultra-processed foods, one of the situations there, because you could say, why are they all so bad? It's not necessarily, when I say, you might have heard the term the hateful eight. We're talking about 8 oils, polyunsaturates, that are seemingly found in a lot of ultra-processed foods. These are things like soy, canola, safflower, sunflower, grapeseed, the like. Okay, so those are polyunsaturates. By themselves, would they have been a bad oil? Maybe not. The fact is, though, that they're in all of these high processed foods, which means they're shelf stable and they can sit there for a long time and you'll still like the way they taste. All right. So initially, if we a long time ago had a little soybean oil or corn oil in our day, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But now it's about 20% polyunsaturates to 1, let's say monounsaturated, the kind you'd get in avocado or olive oil, those likes, 20 to 1. So we're unbalanced, and that's leading us to some health concerns. And also, it's not just the oil, it's what has been done to the oils and also what else has been put in the food. So if you look at the ingredient list, and there are things in the ingredient list that would be made in a factory, you don't recognize it, you can't pronounce it, then chances are it's an ultra-processed food. And it's really a huge disservice to your body, to your system. So I just think we ought to put that right out there. So it doesn't mean you can never have anything with canola oil in it, although I would prefer you didn't. But if you had, let's say, a packet of sunflower, I bought some sunflower seeds the other day, and they were made with organic sunflower seed oil. I'm going to be okay with that, but I know that I'm not eating it for breakfast, lunch, dinner either. So you're trying to bring up your monounsaturates and even some of your saturated fats that are great, and that's a whole other topic. Anyway, we know that we're eating too many of these. So do we have a choice in how we eat? And so along with choosing the ultra-processed food or not, how about who we eat with? So starting with family meals, this is really fascinating. They did studies with people that ate with their family 3 times a week, at least. And they found they're eating more whole foods, they're eating less ultra-processed foods. The obesity rate went down, so did disordered eating. They also went so far as to find out in teens there were less teen pregnancies and less drug issues, which I find fascinating. Okay, so it means eating with your family can be a great thing, all right? You can also be the cheerleader in your family. It doesn't have to be, oh, well, he always or he never eats this or that. You can set the charge. Maybe you can set the tone and be the leader in your group, because who you hang out with does rub off on your eating habits. So is obesity contagious? Well, in the long run, if everybody in your group is eating a 40-ounce Big Gulp and a big bag of chips that are cheesy, you might want to be doing that too, if you know what I'm saying. All right. But we have never seen in our life so much chronic disease as we have now. And we know that it is attributed to the information we're giving our bodies through our food. So do try to eat with not only your family, but also your friends. Socialization is a huge benefit to eating, especially if you're eating well. They did about 148 studies. They gathered together over 300,000 people, and what they looked at was eating together caused a 50% reduction in all-cause mortality. Hard for me to say. Anyway, so it's a number one thing for us to have in our relationships is socialization. So I know that sounds kind of funny, but eat well and eat with people that you know want to eat well too. You be the cheerleader, you set the charge. Okay, so that is what I gleaned from Shawn Stevenson's your relationship with food. I think it's great information, and you know that you can go to the Model Health Show for more.